welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Ron, and today I'm going to be giving you my initial thoughts on the GoPro Hero7 BLACK, but it's pretty cold outside, so let's go inside and review this further. Okay, and in case you're not familiar with the GoPro Hero7 series of camera, they also make two less expensive versions of the Hero7 camera, the Hero7 Silver and the Hero7 White. I'm not reviewing those cameras, but it's worth noting that I personally bought, again, the Hero7 BLACK, which is actually black, based on its performance and features and the reviews I've read so far. So, okay, to kick things off, I'll quickly cover the best and most impressive features of this camera. Without question, it's the number 7 right on the side of the camera, making it easy to distinguish from its predecessor. Just kidding. Well, kind of. Actually, I like that the GoPro labeled the camera on the side to avoid any confusion with its predecessor models. Okay, seriously, but the best, most impressive feature of this camera is the stabilization. Hands down, GoPro 7 BLACK series stabilization is really good. It's really to the point where it eliminates the need to use, in my opinion, a separate gimbal if you have one. I personally prefer to travel with as little gear as possible, and being able to leave another piece of equipment at home is a huge plus. If you bike, run, ski, snowboard, you're gonna love the stabilization in this camera. Nothing's more annoying than shaky footage, and this camera goes above and beyond in its stabilization. Here's a shot of me running with the GoPro Hero7 BLACK, and you can see just how stable the footage is. Now if I show you another clip of me on the one wheel and you compare it against me running, you'll see just how stable this footage actually is. It looks just as good while I'm on the one wheel, which is almost like being on a dolly, as it does while I'm running. So again, I can't stress enough how good the stabilization is in this camera. It's really a game changer, and if other camera manufacturers start incorporating this type of stabilization into their cameras, it will certainly change the market and eliminate the need for camera gimbals across the board. Okay, on to some of the other highlights of the GoPro Hero7 BLACK. It shoots 4K at 60 frames per second and 1080p at 240 frames per second. My other favorite feature is what they call TimeWarp. There's a few options in TimeWarp, but the 30 times seems to give the best stabilization and picture quality based on the testing and the reviews I've seen myself, as well as what others have done. If you're not familiar with GoPro TimeWarp feature, it's basically a stabilized time lapse. The stabilization smooths out the motion, giving it a more fluid movement through time. GoPro offers you the following options in TimeWarp. You can choose 2 times, which will cut a 1-minute recording down to 30 seconds, 5 times, which will cut a 1-minute recording down to 10 seconds, 10 times, which will cut a 5-minute recording down to 30 seconds, 15 times, which will cut a 5-minute recording down to 20 seconds, and finally a 30 times, which cuts a 5-minute recording down to 10 seconds. So although the 30 times TimeWarp feature is the most stable footage, it's also the most time consuming to shoot, but I think you'll be really happy with the results. Again, here's some more TimeWarp footage at 30 times, just to give you an example of what you'll get. If you're interested, I'll put a link to all the specs below for the GoPro Hero7 BLACK, but I didn't want to bore you with the details. I'm sure there are plenty of YouTube videos already out there with all the specs. You guys have probably seen them already. And in short, this is a great action camera, and my initial thoughts are nothing but positive. I bought this camera because the wife and I will be taking a vacation in the next month or so, and I wanted something I could toss in my bag while hiking and swimming, snorkeling, generally running around. And I'm hoping to get some action shots with the GoPro swimming with some sea turtles based on where we'll be going. Keep your fingers crossed for me, because I'll share that video footage if I'm lucky enough to capture it. I'm hoping I do. I'll also be bringing my Mavic Air, but including the newest GoPro 7 Black in my camera bag puts my mind at ease in knowing I'm going to be able to catch some really great footage that I probably wouldn't have gotten just with my DSLR camera. I'll be posting a follow-up video in a few weeks once I've had some more time to play with this camera, but so far I can't say anything bad about it. The price point for this camera right now is about $395, and I expect the price may drop a bit with the upcoming holiday, Black Friday approaching, depending on when you're watching this video. You should definitely be able to catch some sales. If I find any links for electronic sales for the GoPro Hero7, I'll put them below. You can check them out. Again, Black Friday's approaching, and from everything I'm reading and seeing, you may be able to pick up some good deals this weekend. The last GoPro that I bought was a GoPro Hero 3 Plus Silver, which was released back in October 2013. So this is a significant upgrade for me. Upgrading to the GoPro Hero7 Black was a no-brainer. One item worth noting, and something I stumbled across right away when setting up the camera and going through the initial setup and settings, in the video resolution settings, under the video settings menu, you click on the resolution and frames per second option. You'll notice the default aspect ratio in the upper right hand corner is set to 4:3. 4:3 is the older square type aspect ratio. I think it's probably making a comeback with like Instagram and other social media, Facebook, but it's kind of an older format. Here's a screenshot of what I'm referring to if you're not familiar with the aspect ratios. Older computer monitors and televisions use this 4:3 aspect ratio. I'm not sure why GoPro decided to make this the default setting. Aspect ratio refers to the width of the picture or screen in relation to its height. You want to change that to 16:9, which is a widescreen setting. At least that's what I'll be setting my default to. That's what you'll be using for YouTube videos and on your newer high-def computer monitors and screens and televisions. You can change this setting just clicking on it, and now you'll see it's changed to 16:9 with the updated video resolution, 1080, and then you can update the frames per second. I mention this because I think most of you will want to shoot in 16:9, and if you accidentally shoot in 4:3 aspect ratio, you can do some post-production editing to fix it, but it's easier just to change it here in the settings. Also, make sure to check your preferences under the general settings for your for auto power off setting. The default appears to be 15 minutes. I had my GoPro power off on me and didn't know why, which caused me to lose some footage I originally took and that I thought I was capturing. I changed the setting to never, and you can also set it to 5 minutes, 15 minutes, or 30 minutes as well. If your GoPro is automatically turning off, this may be why. With that being said, I'm curious to know if you currently own a GoPro or which models that you currently own. And that's it for now. If you're an active subscriber, I do thank you. If you're not an active subscriber, I hope you'll think about subscribing. Please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. You can also follow me on Instagram. And until next time, happy shooting and happy flying.